Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. So we were way overdue for a Batman 2020 video. I was waiting for a few things to happen. I thought that we might get a new time capsule with possibly some new Batman gear. I guess that won't be the case, or if it is the case, it won't happen just yet, so enough waiting, let's get started. I'm going to take a look at the various Batman costumes in this video. I probably won't take a look at all of them. I already made quite a few videos about various Batman costumes. I will try to start by costumes that we can recreate right now in this universe online, but I will take a look also at costumes or emblems that sadly are no longer available in the game. Some are easier enough to get, some sadly are no longer possible to get, so we'll take a look at a lot of those things. So I thought we could get started with one costume, one look that we can recreate fairly well in this universe online is the Batman Rebirth costume, which you're seeing right now. I did make a video not too long ago about how to get the Batman Rebirth emblem. We'll take a quick look at the emblem here, but if you want to know how to get the Batman Rebirth emblem, or even better yet, how to get it without spending any money, just go watch that video. So here you can see we can create a pretty darn good version of the Batman Rebirth character. It's not exactly it, but it's pretty darn close, and it's often within the context of this universe online. You try to get as close as you can to the character that you want to create, within the limits of the character creation or the character customization. So here for the headpiece, obviously for the headpiece I'm using the Batman cowl. For the Batman cowl you have no choice, you have to buy it from the marketplace. But right now it's about $2 in the marketplace, so it's fairly inexpensive. For the shoulders, I'm using the Batman Beyond shoulders. The gloves, I'm using the Future Batman gloves. The belt is the Gotham Knight belt, basically the Nightwing belt from the Nightwing PvP gear. The chest piece, the pants, and the boots, these are the Stalwart Defender. Basically using the Stalwart Defender chest and pants and boots, we can create a pretty good version of the Batman Rebirth character, or even the new 52 Batman. And obviously there's the Batwoman cape. I also have a video about the Batwoman cape, so if you want to know how to get that cape, just take a look at that video. And there's also the Bat Swarming Aura. You can get the Bat Swarming Aura from the Halloween seasonal. You can also get it from the Batman Family Pack. You can see the Swarming Bat Aura, but it's a fairly expensive pack. If you don't want to spend, basically it's $45, $50 if you're not a subscriber. It's basically $50 for this pack. If you don't want to spend that much money for the Swarming Bat Aura, just wait for the Halloween seasonal. You will be able to get it without spending that money. And there is the Bat Plane that you can see right now. Sadly, if you get too close, somehow the Bat Plane goes into stealth mode. But you can see the nice little Bat Plane. That also comes from the marketplace. There is also another bundle that's called the Gotham City Starter Pack. But that one is a little less expensive. It's $10 for the pack. $9 if you are a subscriber. So if you want to have the little bat drone, you have to purchase the Gotham City Starter Pack. It's not as expensive as the other one, but it's still it's still $10. But if you want to have the little bat drone, you have no choice. That's where you can get it. It's only an accessory. Just so you know, if you go into battle, it will not do anything. It's just an accessory that follows your character around, and that's pretty much it. And if you're wondering how I was able to get some really nice black on the cape, the cowl, and the boots, quite simply I'm using the black royal chroma material. And as you can see, it gives us a pretty cool looking Batman character. Obviously you don't have to use the material. If you don't want to use the material, that's fine. And also if you don't want to use the material, then you don't have to use the face piece. Because sadly the material covers the headpiece of the character. So if you want to be able to have the eyes of the character, you have to use the bug goggle eyes. So basically, as you can see, the black royal chroma material covers the headpiece completely. So if you want to be able to have eyes with your character, you have to use the bug goggles. It's not exactly it, but it's as close as you can get in that context. And for the emblem, as you can see in the armory, if you put some colors on the emblem, there is some little animation in it. And for the emblem, this is the enhanced version of the emblem, but if you put it black, it doesn't really matter if it's the enhanced version of the emblem or not. If you want to have some animation within the emblem, then you have to put some color in the emblem. So here you can see with some blue in the emblem, we actually see the animation in the emblem. And personally, I kind of like to create a more classic version of our friend, the Batman. So here you can see I'm using the fin gloves. I'm using the Batman Beyond belt. I'm using the New Genesis pants. I'm still using the Solar Defender chest because that is the chest piece that gives us the biggest emblem we can find. Obviously, this is still the enhanced version of the Rebirth Batman emblem. But if you want to create a nice classic Batman character, this is a pretty darn good option for your character. And obviously, just put it black and problem solved. One of the batsuit that you can get is the 2019 Dark Specter batsuit. It's pretty much an enhanced version of the batsuit that was already in the game from way back when. We'll take a look at that in just a second. So it's a pretty cool looking improvement on the batsuit that we already had. And we can get this batsuit from the marketplace. Oh, actually it's 2018. I'm not sure why I thought it was 2019. So if we take a look at the preview, you can see the style is $450 marketplace cash. It's basically $4.50. But that is if you are a subscriber. If you are not a subscriber, it will be $5. If you are a subscriber, you get 10% off in the marketplace. Of course, if you do not want to purchase the style in the marketplace, there is a version that you can purchase in the game. So this is the classic Dark Specter batsuit that we can already purchase in the game in the Watchtower. So if you do want to have the batsuit, you have to purchase it from Batgirl in the Watchtower.
This suit cannot be bought. It must be earned. Bring me proof that you are a champion, and we will begin.
So here you can see it's item level 56. In order to be able to purchase the gear from Batgirl, you have to be combat rating 43. So you have to be tier 2 in order to be able to purchase the gear from Batgirl. And you have to use source marks to purchase the gear. But everyone should be able to purchase this gear. Once you reach tier 2, so once you reach combat rating 43, everyone should be able to purchase the gear. Doesn't matter if you're a free-to-play player, premium player, or legendary player. Everybody can purchase the gear from Batgirl. By now, we pretty much have an embarrassment of riches in terms of materials in DC Universe Online, and lately we got even a whole bunch of new chromo materials. So you can take some older style like the Dark Specter batsuit, and you can actually enhance them quite a bit using some of those materials. And heck, depending on which version of the material you use, you can enhance the style in quite a few different ways. Pretty much every chromo material comes with 3 different materials. So it gives you quite a few options to customize the look of your character. You could go for the stealth version of the Dark Specter suit, or the more shiny version, you decide. Or you could go for the gold version of Batman. You're only limited by the amount of materials you have. Another batsuit that we have in DC Universe Online is the Daring Vigilante batsuit. It's a suit that's inspired by the new 52 version of Batgirl. The shoulders are not the Daring Vigilante, there's the Spindrift shoulders. The Daring Vigilante doesn't have a shoulder style, so I thought the Spindrift would do the trick, and it gives us some additional Batman emblems on our character. Obviously, I'm still using the Batman Rebirth emblem. The suit can support any emblem that you like. Technically, the suit comes from the Prometheum log boxes, but the only place where you can really get the suit is from the broker. The odds of getting the suit on the Prometheum log boxes are very, very slim. There's like 800 different styles in the log boxes, so it's going to take you a lot of boxes to be lucky enough to be able to get the whole style. So you pretty much have to bite the bullet and just buy the style from the broker. It's a bit more expensive than I remember. The 18 millions for the belt, that's way too much. I would wait a bit for the price to go down. The boots, as you can see, are pretty inexpensive. Even the chest piece, the same for the cowl, and the gloves. And for the cape, for some reason, you have the cape has a different lane. I don't know why they did that, but they did that. So in order to be able to get the cape, you have to search for Batgirl's cape. It is the exact same cape. It's just for some reason they didn't call it the Daring Vigilante cape. Don't ask me why. It happens. And next we have the future Batman style. There's the regular version and the enhanced version. Here I'm using the enhanced version. The reason I wanted to show you some of the shiny bits, and that's also why I added some red to the style. Because if you put, let's say, the emblem black, you're gonna lose the shiny bit. So if you want the style to be a bit shiny, you have to use, let's say, some brighter colors. Technically, at this point, there's two options to be able to get the style. Either you just purchase it from the broker. So if you want, you can just purchase it from the broker. So if you don't mind playing the broker, then this is a good option for you to be able to purchase a style. You can purchase the regular version or the enhanced version of the style. You decide. The future Batman style comes from the original time capsule. So if we take a look at the time capsule, you can see the enhanced future Crusader gear or the future Crusader gear. That is the future Batman style. Sadly, for time capsule, you will have to, as you can see, they're somewhat expensive. So they'll cost you roughly $1 million per time capsule. Obviously, if you purchase a whole bunch of them, it'll be a bit cheaper per time capsule, but it's still a fairly big investment. And sadly, at this price, there's no guarantee that you'll get everything from the style. You could end up opening 100 time capsule, and if you're not lucky, you would still end up without, let's say, the headpiece or without the back piece. So I would strongly suggest if you decide to purchase the style from the broker, just purchase the style itself. Don't purchase time capsule hoping to get the style. It's a bit crazy to me. And of course, if for some reason you do not want to play the broker game to purchase the style, there is an alternative. So the other option you have is to just purchase it from Booster Gold. There is a Booster Gold vendor in the Watchtower, and there is a Booster Gold vendor in the Hall of Doom if you play an evil villain. So for the future Batman style, you will have to scroll all the way down because it's one of the first style that was added to the Booster Gold vendor. So you can see also the price in quarks. You purchase items from Booster Gold using quarks, and you can see the price. This is the enhanced version. If we scroll down a bit, we'll see the regular version, which will be a little less, a little cheaper than the enhanced version. So depending on how many quarks you want to spend, you could decide to either purchase the regular version of the style, or if you're willing to spend a little bit more quarks, then you could purchase the enhanced version of the style. And where can you get quarks? So if you go to the time and space vendor, also known as the quarks vendor, you will see that the very first item that you can purchase is a box of 25 quarks for 100 source marks. If you play the stabilizer fragmentation mission, you will get free stabilizer fragments. Once you gather 15 stabilizer fragments, it will give you one stabilizer, and then you can use that one stabilizer to open a time capsule. With time capsules, you get a minimum of 10 quarks. You could be lucky and get more than 10 quarks, and you could also choose to get 10 extra quarks depending on the reward that you choose. In your reward choices, you will be given the options to take 10 quarks as a reward. So if you get 10 quarks from your time capsule and decide to take the 10 quarks as a reward, you could get 20 quarks per time capsule. If you're lucky, you'll get more because the 10 quarks are random, but you will get a minimum of 10 quarks per time capsule. Oopsie, turns out I'm a liar, pants on fire. There is a third way to be able to get the suit. It is the batsuit that is actually included in the Gotham City Starter Pack. And the suit that's included in the Gotham City Starter Pack is not only the Future Crusader style, but it is the enhanced version of the Future Crusader style. So you can either purchase it from the broker, you can purchase it from Booster Gold, or you can purchase it directly from the marketplace. You decide. Obviously, nowadays we have a billion materials that allow us to be able to enhance the look of our character a bit. So even some of those, let's say older styles, we can pretty much enhance them using some of the materials. Like here I'm using the black neon chroma material. Here we have the dark metal chroma material. And you can make a very different look depending on which version of the chroma material that you actually use. So even if you don't have the enhanced version of the style, you can still enhance it quite a bit. And lately we got a whole bunch of new chroma materials, so it would be very easy to find a material to enhance the look of your character. And right now we can get some of those materials for very cheap on the broker. So if you ever wanted to have some of those materials, the time is now. The other Batman suit you can get is the Batman Beyond suit. You can get it from the Gotham Time Capsule. As you can see, this is the regular version of the suit. Personally, I kind of prefer the regular version of the suit, although the enhanced version has a bit of shiny bits, especially in the emblem, that I kind of like. So I'm always a bit torn. I kind of prefer this version because the black is really sharp. It's not quite as sharp on the enhanced version somehow, but the enhanced version has the shiny emblem, and basically all the red bits are a bit shiny. You can also purchase the gear from the broker. Sadly, as you can see, it's somehow a bit more rare than the future Batman style. It happens. I guess the Batman Beyond style is much more popular, which makes sense. When the style was released, first added to DC Universe Online, there was quite a few people who were using at least part of the style, if not the whole style. The style comes from the Gotham Time Capsule. It won't cost you as much as the original Time Capsule, but again, I would strongly recommend don't purchase the Time Capsule. If you're going to purchase something from the broker, purchase the style itself. But I can understand that seeing how the style doesn't seems to be a little rare on the broker. Again, we will take a look at our friend Booster Gold in order to be able to purchase that style. So fairly recently, the style has been added to the Booster Gold vendor. So that's part of the reasons why I was waiting for my 2020 Batman video. I was waiting for the Batman Beyond style and the Batman Rebirth emblem to be added to the Booster Gold vendor. But also I was wondering if we would get a time capsule that would give us some more Batman styles. So here you can see the enhanced version of the Batman style, Batman Beyond style. Again, you have to purchase it using quarks. It's sad, but that's how it is. And here you have the regular version of the style. So if you really want to have that style, I would strongly suggest just buy it, either buy it from the broker. If somehow that's not an option, then just buy it from your friend Booster Gold. I almost forgot, there is one other place where you can get the Batman Beyond style. You can get it from the Batman Family Pack. Sadly, the Batman Family Pack is a bit expensive. It does contain 4 styles, Batman, Robin, Nightwing, and the Huntress. And it also contains the Swarming Bat Aura and a bunch of other stuff. But and the Batman style that is included in the Batman Family Pack is the Batman Beyond style. So if you want to have the Batman Beyond style, the Batman Family Pack would be an option. But as you can see, it is an expensive one. Again, it is $45, and that is if you are a subscriber. If you're a subscriber, you get 10% off on the marketplace. So if you're not a subscriber, it'll be 50 bucks. Obviously, you can use the Batman Beyond chest style if you don't have a Batman emblem for some reason. It could be a nice alternative. It's not ideal, but it's a good option to have. Personally, I kind of like to recreate the classic version, the gray and blue classic version that comes from the 70s and the 80s. Sadly, in order to be able to create that version, you have to use the Batman 80th anniversary emblem, the yellow oval Batman emblem. And sadly, that emblem is no longer available. Sadly, in order to be able to do that, I have to use the Batman Beyond headpiece. And even though you could have swore that we could put some color around the mouth of the character, it's not really an option. So you end up with a classic Batman that sadly has the head completely blue. But if you want to have the long ears, you pretty much have a little choice. This is pretty much the best option for the long ear Batman. So it's not exactly it, but this is as close to the classic Batman from the 70s as I was able to get, and within the context of DC Universe Online. And of course, there is the Batman from the 1989 Batman movie. Here I'm pretty much using everything that I've already used before, some Batman Beyond style, some Stalwart Defender and all that. The one exception will be the Gotham Outlaw boots, or the Red Hood boots if you prefer, that I'm using with this character. That and the material. I'm using the stealth material to be able to get this nice black rubbery look that the costume from 1989 had. But again, sadly, for the yellow oval emblem, that is no longer available in the game. For the stealth material, you are going to have to purchase it from the Quarks vendor. So the stealth material comes from the time and space vendor, also known as the Quarks vendor. Sadly, it is a bit pricey. It's a bit more than 5,000 quarks. If you play the long game, you should be able to purchase it, but it will take a while. And sadly, there's the Batman vs Superman Batman emblem that is no longer available in the game. It was available only for a short while, so if you don't already have that emblem, it's sad, but you cannot get it anymore. As for the belt with the nice Bat emblem, that is the DC Bombshell Harley Quinn belt style. You can purchase the whole style from the marketplace, but there's only really the belt that has that Bat emblem, and that has like those little pouches that kind of look like a Batman belt. As you can see with the Jim Lee Batman just behind, it's pretty darn close to the comic version of the character. There is the Batman hoodie with the Batman emblem, but it is a rare drop from the vault, so it'll take you quite a while to get it unless you're really lucky. There is also the Batman Day hoodie that we got for Batman Day for 2017. Sadly, if you don't have it already, it's too late, you cannot get it anymore. So you can see the Batman Day hoodie for 2017, but there's also a couple of other t-shirts that we got for Batman Day. There's the Batman 80 years anniversary. It is a pretty cool looking t-shirt. Pretty sure I made a video about it way back when. There's the Batman Day Bat Signal. So again, it's a pretty cool t-shirt. But sadly, if you don't have it already, you cannot get it anymore. There's the Batman Swarm t-shirt. It's a pretty cool looking t-shirt. I really like this one. And I even used it to make an alternate version of our friend Batman Beyond. Somehow I thought it was a pretty cool looking style to be able to create a funky looking Batman Beyond. But maybe it's just me. But I kinda like it. And the last Batman Day t-shirt is the Batman Day painted logo t-shirt. It's a pretty cool looking t-shirt, but it makes it a bit limited. Basically, the t-shirt is color locked red and black, although there is a workaround using some materials. So using some materials like the dark metal chromo material, we can somehow bypass the color restriction of the t-shirt if we want to, assuming that we do have the material, of course. And obviously you can enhance your Rebirth Batman using the black neon chromo material, which can give us a pretty cool looking version of our friend, the Batman. So this is a pretty cool tweak for the Batman Rebirth style. And obviously you just need to tweak it a little bit more, and you could get a nice Batman New 52 if you wanted to. And of course, if you cannot get the black neon chromo material, the black rural chromo material would do the trick well enough. Although as you can see for the gloves, there is quite a bit of white on the gloves. So you may have to use the thin glove instead in order to be able to get some nice black gloves. I could achieve a similar effect with the void material in the past. So you can see with the void material. So you can see the effect is pretty darn close. For the void material, you have to purchase it from Rooster Gold, and it will be expensive. Here I kind of recreated the Batman from the Savage Time episode from the Justice League cartoon. It's not exactly it. To be able to make it properly, I would need a headpiece that's a cross between the Dark Knight helm and the future Batman headpiece. Oh well. So I'm using the future Batman gloves, the Stalwart Defender chest and pants, the Argus waist, the Gadgeteer boots, and I'm using the Biohazard the shoulders, and the Speed Metal back piece. The Speed Metal back piece was just to add a whole bunch of extra flying bats. And obviously the bat aura adds to that as well. We do have a future Batman headpiece, which is sort of a cross between Batman and Brainiac. So I decided to make a Brainiac Batman. So it's a mishmash of the robot Batman headpiece, a bunch of Brainiac Invader styles, the Bat Gauntlet style, the future Batman back piece, and white change winning formula, the Stalwart Defender chest and pants, and of course the Batman Rebirth emblem. I tried to recreate one of the future Batmans from the Batman, the Council of Batman. Sadly, I failed miserably. We have the official future Batman headpiece, like the JCPD Gotham Knight headpiece. For the chest piece, I went with the paramilitary chest piece. It's not a it doesn't really look what the chest piece that the character had, but it's as close as I could get. I couldn't really get a chest piece that worked, so this seemed like a good compromise. Of course, I wanted to use the yellow oval Batman emblem because that's what the character used. I'm using the future Batman gloves, the Vengeful Surgeon, the shoulders. For the waist, it's the simple utility belt, and the boots are paramilitary, and the pants are the logistic officer pants. The paramilitary pants would work as well, and there's probably a handful of other pants that would work as well. And I saw a yellow and black version of Batman. Thought it was a pretty funky look, so I sort of recreated it. I'm using a whole bunch of Batman Beyond style. The gloves are the Dark Defender gloves. And it gives us a pretty cool looking version of the Batman. And of course I'm using the black neon chroma material in order to be able to get this nice black on the character and the shiny bits for everything else, for everything that's yellow. And if you're looking for a bunch of headpiece for the Batman, there is the drowned headpiece that works well enough. I won't show all the. I've made a Dark Knight's Metal video not too long ago, so I won't show the drown, the Batman who laughs, and all those. But I'll show at least the headpiece so that you can see that there are options. If you don't have the Batman call for some reason, there are alternatives that you could decide to use instead. So here we have the Batman who laughs, who gives us a pretty freaky version of the Batman. And you can see it's the way it's made. The neck of the character is very skinny, so it kind of looks weird a bit with the Stalwart Defender chest. And we have the Damage Lantern headpiece that we can get from the Thanagarian vendor. It's a nice alternative if you want to have a Batman with long ears. But sadly, we have the eyes, which can work with a few versions of Batman. It could work with a steampunk type of Batman. Oh well. So again, if the option of getting the Dark Knight call is not really an option, you could decide to go with one of these options if you need a Batman headpiece. Obviously, I did not cover every Batman costume imaginable. I do have a few other Batman videos that I made in the past. So if you want to see the Batman of Zurinar or the Desert Batman from the BVS movie, you could try to look at one of my previous videos where I show a whole bunch of Batman costumes. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. I have roughly 2,000 videos about this universe online at this point, so if I don't answer your question right away, just search in my videos. Odds are I already made a video that answers your question. And that's going to be pretty much it for now, guys. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.